Good morning, everybody. We got a busy night. There's about 7 things to go over with you today. So if you need anything repeated, then let me know. We'll get through this. First one we'll talk about is an aggravated battery. That case number is 16C 70148. 16C 70148, aggravated battery that occurred in the 6600 block of East Zimmerly. This occurred on October 6th at approximately 12 a.m. On October 6th at approximately 12 a.m., officers were dispatched to an assist fire call in the 8300 block of East Gilbert. And sorry, that 8300 block of East Gilbert is the address, not Zimmerly. Sorry. 8300 block of East Gilbert. Upon arrival, contact was made with a 27-year-old male resident in the home. The male reported that he was in his bedroom with his girlfriend, a 34-year-old female, when an unknown suspect threw a Molotov cocktail through the bedroom window, which caught on fire. Also on scene was a 6-year-old male who was in a separate room. All 3 individuals got out of the house, and the Wichita Fire Department put out a small fire that was caused by the incident. The 27-year-old male sustained minor injury to his foot by stepping on broken glass. There were no other injuries reported. There are no suspects at this time, and we would ask anybody with additional information on this case to please call the Wichita Police Department or Crime Stoppers. And again, sorry, it's not Zimmerly. It was 8300 block of East Gilbert.
They all got out, but the 6-year-old had some injuries to his foot.
No. The adult male, the 27-year-old male, had injury to his foot from the glass. The 6-year-old wasn't injured. He was in a separate room, and they were all able to get out, and the fire department was there to put out the fire. Very small, contained fire.
Were the 2 adults sleeping at that time?
I don't know if they were sleeping or not. It doesn't indicate in the report if they were.
Did they say whether or not they heard anything, like a car drive by? Or?
They did not. It just, came through the window. So unknown car, any kind of description. They didn't see anybody either after the incident. Okay, next incident will be a robbery. This occurred in the 500 block of East Indianapolis. That case number is 16C 69950. 16C 69950. Robbery 500 East Indianapolis occurred on the 5th of October at approximately 1:30 p.m. On October 5th at approximately 1:30 p.m., officers were dispatched to a highway robbery call in the 500 block of East Indianapolis. Upon arrival, officers made contact with a 38-year-old male. The male reported that he was walking to the Quick Trip in the 700 block of South Broadway when he was approached by 3 unknown suspects. The male stated one of the suspects pointed a shotgun at him and told him not to move. Cash was taken from the victim, and the suspects left northbound on Broadway in a green 4-door Honda car. There were no injuries. Suspect description as follows. First suspect is going to be an unknown black male, approximately 25 to 33 years of age. He was the driver of the car and was wearing a white t-shirt. Suspect 2 is an unknown black male, same age, 25 to 33. He was the front passenger, and he was also wearing a white t-shirt. Suspect 3, unknown black male, approximately 27 to 35 years old. He was the back passenger in the vehicle. He was wearing a white t-shirt. He had on gloves, black pants, and he was the one that was armed with a black shotgun. Again, there were no injuries, and the loss was cash from the victim. They were not located, and we would ask anybody with additional information on this case to call us or Crime Stoppers.
You said a green 4-door
Honda car.
And what exactly was taken?
Cash. Okay. Next one we'll talk about is an aggravated battery. This is under case number 16C 69950. 16C 69950, aggravated battery that occurred in the 800 block of Northwest Street. This occurred on October 5th at approximately 8 a.m. On October 5th at approximately 8 a.m., officers were dispatched to an unknown call for EMS in the 800 block of Northwest Street. Upon arrival, officers made contact with a 41-year-old female. This female reported that she found her neighbor, a 57-year-old male, on the floor of his apartment, covered in blood. Officers arrived along with EMS, and the male was transported to an area hospital with multiple broken facial bones. The victim was unable to give an account of what happened, and we currently have no suspects. We would ask anybody that was in the area of 800 Northwest at approximately 8 a.m. yesterday morning, or might have any kind of additional information, to please call the detectives or Crime Stoppers on this case.
How old is this individual?
The individual on the floor was 57.
And was this a resident?
Yes, apartments over there in the 800 block of Northwest Street.
You don't know if they have any kind of cameras, do you?
I don't know if they have cameras or not. Again, that'd be something to look at, and then investigators will also be knocking on doors, trying to see if anybody saw or heard anything also. So this definitely an ongoing situation, and unfortunately we're unable to retrieve a statement right now from the victim. So once we're able to talk to him, we should know more also.
Which hospital was he at?
I don't know what hospital he's at.
So he was found injured inside the apartment?
Yes, he was inside of his apartment.
Was there any sign of like forced entry?
I don't know if there's any sign of forced entry. Next one, it's going to be a highway robbery call. And I'll give you two case numbers. The first case number is 16C70050, 16C70050 with a connecting of 70105. This occurred in the 7000 block of West Fraser on October 5th at approximately 4 p.m. On October 5th at approximately 4 p.m., officers responded to a highway robbery call in the 7000 block of West Fraser. Upon arrival, officers contacted a 17-year-old male who reported being robbed of his cash and his shoes while at a residence in that location. The 17-year-old male identified the incident location in the 1700 block of North Tony. Officers went to this residence, and 5 individuals inside the house were contacted. Officers were able to smell a strong odor of marijuana coming from inside the house as well. A search warrant was drawn, and a marijuana grow operation was located inside this residence. 3 adults, a 28-year-old female, 25-year-old male, and a 22-year-old male were arrested and booked into jail for cultivation of marijuana, and the robbery investigation is still ongoing.
What were the ages of the other 2 individuals inside that residence?
I don't have the ages of those 2. They were not arrested.
What were the first 3?
28 female, 25 male, and 22-year-old male.
So is there any connection between the highway robbery other than the fact that the young man, I guess?
Yeah, it's unknown right now if they're connected in any way, whether it's connected with the grow op of the marijuana or, the robbery. It's just the circumstances which led officers over to the address on Tony and then found the cultivation of marijuana.
Can you read the second case number one more time?
Sure, yeah. The connecting case number is 16C70105.
Just once again, where was the scene where our victim was robbed?
The robbery occurred in the 7000 block of West Fraser. And then the investigation led him over to the 1700 block of North Tony, Tony.
Do we have a description of his shoes, what they were?
I don't have a description right now of his shoes.
Did he know using the individual?
I don't believe so. It did not appear that he knew him. Okay. Talk a little bit about the incident that occurred this morning. This morning's case number is 16C70168. 70168, aggravated battery in the 3200 block of East OC. This occurred on October 6th at approximately 5 a.m. On October 6th at approximately 5 a.m., officers were dispatched to a disturbance with a weapon call in the 3200 block of East OC. During the investigation, it showed that the suspect had driven his vehicle into a building at that location and also driven over a victim multiple times. Officers who arrived on scene observed a male laying in the parking lot and observed a suspect attempting to flee the scene in a truck. A traffic pursuit ensued with the truck for approximately 6 minutes and ended when the suspect wrecked his truck into a wall at westbound Kellogg and Armour. The victim of the aggravated battery, a 33-year-old male, was taken to an area hospital in critical condition. The suspect, a 40-year-old male, was taken to an area hospital also in critical condition from the accident. The investigation is still active and ongoing at this time. We do know that there was an SUV that was set on fire as well in the parking lot, and that's also being investigated as part of the incident.
Do you know when the SUV was caught on fire?
I don't know if it was before or after he was ran over, but it was on fire, I believe, when the officers arrived.
So it was the victim's car that was set on fire?
Yes, it was the victim's car that was set on fire in the parking lot there.
This address right here is it someone's residence?
I don't believe so. It's a parking lot of a business and I believe McDonald's and a bar in that area. And again, unable to talk to the involved parties. We're still currently investigating as to why this happened or what led up to the incident and why this happened. Okay. 2 updates on the homicides that occurred. The first update I'll give you is the homicide that happened on East 21st Street. That case number being 16C69937. On Wednesday at approximately 6 p.m., officers arrested a 17-year-old male in connection to the homicide that occurred in the 5400 block of East 21st Street North. The 17-year-old male was arrested and booked into jail for first-degree murder. The investigation into this case is still ongoing. The victim has been identified as DeBraylen, D-E-B-R-Y-L-A-N, Bell, B-E-L-L. He's an 18-year-old black male from Wichita.
Do we now know how this 17-year-old suspect got away from the scene, whether by vehicle or by foot?
I don't know how the 17-year-old left the scene.
What was that address again, 1400 block of?
The 5400 block of East 21st Street North.
Where was the suspect found?
I don't know where he was located at.
Was he booked into Sedgwick County Jail?
He's a juvenile, so he was booked into, he was booked into the juvenile detention facility. And then another update on the previous homicide, the one that occurred at 2600 North Meadow Oaks. That's under case number 16C69566. In reference to the shooting in the 2600 block of North Meadow Oaks, the victim is identified as Rowena, R-O-W-E-N-A, Irani, I-R-A-N-I, a 22-year-old female, and she has passed as a result of her injuries. Okay. Anything else, guys?
Could you spell DeBraylen's name again?
Sure. DeBraylen is D-E-B-R-Y-L-A-N. Mm-hmm.
Is he a gang member or is our arrestee a gang member on that one?
That I don't know. I'll have to check. As soon as we get done here, I'll pull that up and check. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to the fire department.
So yesterday, the murder on 21st Street was the 19th murder. Will Rowena's be the 20th murder then?
Yes. Yes, 20th homicide. Go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Jose Ocades, J-O-S-C-O-C-A-D as in David, I-Z. I am a lieutenant with the Wichita Fire Department. The Wichita Fire Department will be celebrating Fire Prevention Week October 9th through the 15th. This year's fire prevention theme is Don't Wait, Check the Date. Replace smoke alarms every 10 years. During this week, we will have numerous activities scheduled throughout the week. Beginning Monday, October 10th, school fire drills. We will be visiting 15 schools throughout the Wichita area and conducting unannounced fire drills. Tuesday, October 11th, we have our 5th grade fire prevention zoo adventure, which is being held at the Sedgwick County Zoo. During this time, we have a cooperation with area fire departments, injury prevention coalitions, and other agencies celebrating Fire Prevention Week throughout the zoo with numerous activities for the 5th graders. It is open to the public. Wednesday, October 12th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., we will be at the North YMCA celebrating fire prevention with other agencies, Prevention Coalition partners, and being able to interact directly with fire department members with our Mobile Prevention Experience Safety House. In the evening of October 12th, we have partnered up with Domino's Pizza. In the area of 21st and Amidon, you order a pizza from Domino's, fire department will follow the delivery person, and if you have a working smoke alarm, you get a free pizza. If you don't have a working smoke alarm, fire department will replace your batteries or install smoke alarms as needed. Thursday, October 13th, we will be visiting 2 Wichita area schools with our Mobile Prevention Experience, which is our safety smokehouse, and teaching children, elementary age kids, the importance of working smoke alarms, get low and go, and having a escape plan. Friday, October 14th, smoke alarm blitz. Our fire prevention personnel will be going throughout the city of Wichita installing smoke alarms with residents who have scheduled appointments with us to replace batteries or install brand new smoke alarms with our smoke alarm program that we have with other partners throughout the city of Wichita. Saturday, October 15th, visit your neighborhood fire station. All fire stations are open to the public every day of the week, but for this Saturday, October 15th, please visit them and celebrate Fire Prevention Week. The history of Fire Prevention Week was established to observe the Great Chicago Fire. The tragic 1871 conflagration that killed over 250 people, left over 100,000 people homeless, destroyed over 17,000 buildings, and burned over 2,000 acres began October 8th and was finally contained and under control October 10th. According to legend, the fire broke out after a cow belonging to Miss Catherine O'Leary kicked over a lamp, setting the barn on fire, which then the whole city started on fire. This legend has been over 130 years old, and there's still no proof to the legend itself. This was one of the first major fires that changed that way firefighters and public officials thought about fire safety. In 1920, President Woodrow Wilson issued the first National Fire Prevention Proclamation. And in 1922, Fire Prevention Week has been observed on the Sunday through Saturday period in which October 9th falls. This is the longest running public health and safety observance on record. Any questions?
Did you say that it was October 1st through October 15th?
No, Fire Prevention Week itself is October 9th through the 10th. The 2 activities on October 1st are already passed, but those are part of our activities that we've started already this past weekend. Thank you.